York's classic rock. Q1043.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Wizards in Winter. Joel Hoekstra, do you feel like a wizard when you're on that stage?
Well, maybe when I'm playing that song. Yeah, it feels pretty good. I love that track. So, wizard might be a bit strong. I don't know that I have that kind of self-confidence.
Well, but you're creating magic for thousands and thousands of people.
I mean, Trans-Siberian Orchestra is. I think that we all pool our collective individual talents in the name of the show, in the name of Trans-Siberian Orchestra. It's a one big team, and we're all about giving people the best show possible, and it's all about Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Well, the Trans-Siberian Orchestra experience for you is how many years now?
Since 2010, so I guess 13, yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty early, but I think my math is correct.
On September 13th.
Right. It's September 13th, and you were here last September 13th.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, because
And this is your 13th
you showed
year.
up on my memory on my iPhone. It was exactly a year ago today, and it feels like it was like last week.
My goodness. Well, thank you in advance for helping us out, helping us get the word out on the tour. Appreciate it very much. You guys have been such big supporters. We really appreciate it.
And we appreciate you and the whole TSO organization and the money that you help to raise every year for God's Love We Deliver, because a portion of the ticket sales goes to God's Love We Deliver here in New York City. And you, of course, are dressed like a rock star.
In his leather gear.
You know,
I figure you guys comment on this every time we do this.
Because Shelley mentions it this morning. It was like 5 in the morning, and she
Yes.
said, "I wonder what Joel's going to wear today. Is he going to wear? He's going to wear his leather." I said, "Well, he always looks like a rock star.
It's always
Yeah, I feel like
leather.
at this point in time, I'd be letting you guys down, right? If I showed up in sweats, wouldn't it be like, come on, you know? So, I feel like it's a thing we got going on here. We have our own little annual tradition for this interview.
And that also includes me asking about the other stuff that you've been doing this year. What have you been doing?
Been doing, I never stop regarding music, just because, I'm always interested in bettering myself as a musician. So one of the first things I did was record the follow-up album for Revolution Saints. That's with Dean Castronovo from Journey and Jeff Pilson from Foreigner. I released my own record, which my project is called Joel Hoekstra's 13, and that's with some classic rock people you may know, Vinny Appice.
13.
13 again.
Well, that's always been my lucky number. So,
Okay.
but Vinny Appice, Tony Franklin, Derek Sherinian, Jeff Scott Soto, and a wonderful new singer from India named Girish Pradhan, who's really a phenom. You guys will be hearing a lot more from him coming up.
And have you been on the road at all this year?
I have. I've been doing a lot of acoustic dates with my friend Brandon Gibbs. Headed out doing that, playing with Broadway's Rock of Ages band, doing shows with them. We even did one gig that was kind of like a little version of Whitesnake without David Coverdale that David kind of approved. It played a festival just outside of Geneva and actually just over the border into France. So we did that, and that was great fun. And there might be a little bit more of that until David kind of decides what direction he wants to go.
Well, does he give you the call and say, "Okay, we're booked. Clear your calendar"? Is that how that works?
Yeah, I interact with David on a daily basis pretty much. He's on the band thread, but it's always sort of like his Twitter account, very much based on humor, friendship, and when it comes to business, we all know better than to press David and say, what's the deal, what's happening, because it's obviously first and foremost on his mind as well, and whatever David chooses to do, he's got my full support. I spent some time with him earlier this year, and I just really love that I have a good friendship with him. I'm still a part of the band, and the band is actively doing things like box set reissues, and he's having me play guitar on those.
Well, you've been part of Whitesnake for how many years?
9, almost 10.
About 10 years?
Yeah.
And, if I could suggest something to David Coverdale, I would suggest to him that he look into doing audiobooks.
He's got an amazing voice. He's done some things like that where he'll read things and post them online, and he's just
to hear him speak is just, it's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got quite the voice. There's a reason we probably all have an imitation of David on the band bus. Yeah, we rarely speak in our own voice. I think you basically have, you know what's really funny about that is we basically have 5 David Coverdales when we're on the bus together because we're all kind of doing our David Coverdales. And I have a bit of a friendship with Steve Vai, who, of course, was in the band back in the '90s, and I said this is what we have going on with that, and Steve said, well, the things haven't changed. We did that in the '90s too. So even when the lineup was a bit different back then, they had the same thing going on. But it's all out of admiration. I love David. He's just a wonderful boss, wonderful guy. We got a great friendship, and that means more to me, honestly, than whether or not we get back out there.
And I read somewhere that Cher, who's also your friend and colleague, plans on
Isn't she doing a Christmas thing?
keep on keeping on. There's no stopping her.
She's Cher.
I mean, she's Cher. She's going to keep going, right?
Yeah. I read that recently. There's no stopping her. She was like, no, this is what I do. I go out on the stage and I perform.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens there. I spoke with her music director a couple days ago about doing some music for a different artist, so we'll see. It'd be nice to get back in the loop there, but we'll see. I'm not sure.
Joel Hoekstra from Trans-Siberian Orchestra is here, and we have some tickets we'll give away in a little while, and we'll learn about the Ghosts of Christmas Eve. Okay, it's rock. It's metal. Mm-hmm. It's an orchestral experience. It's all those things, Trans-Siberian Orchestra, and more, and it's completely family-friendly for a great family event.
And holidays.
Yes.
Yeah, you've got your choice of the long-winded explanation of what Trans-Siberian is, but the best way to put it is just come to the show if you haven't been, because that's the only way to really describe the show is by just going to it. But yeah, we certainly go with the, rock opera on the front half. So if you cite something like Tommy from The Who mixed with the theatricality of Andrew Lloyd Webber and the Pink Floyd Laser Light Show. And I also like to include the moving hydraulic lifts and pyrotechnics and rockingness of a Kiss show and sprinkle in some classical music and some Christmas spirit. And you've got something resembling what a Trans-Siberian Orchestra show is. Yeah.
And this all came from the imagination of Paul O'Neill, the late Paul O'Neill.
Yeah, absolutely. And big shout out to Paul for the charity as well, what you mentioned earlier. I mean, Paul, you guys knew him, and
yes.
He is the most generous guy I've ever met in my lifetime. And, not just that, but like what he's done in terms of his work with the fans in avoiding the Ticketmaster Gold Circle, et cetera, so you don't have to pay, $25,000 for a front row seat to see TSO, keeping tickets affordable and having the fan club and the pre-sale available so our diehard fans can be in the front row. And, that just speaks to the generosity of Paul, and we're just so grateful that the O'Neill family has kept that legacy going and Paul's vision.
And there's a special pre-sale for Q listeners tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock with the code Q1043. And then Friday morning at 10 o'clock, the tickets go on sale to the general public. Another one of the traditions, Joel Hoekstra, when you come here, we always play Whitesnake.
Hey, thank you for that.
And Trans-Siberian Orchestra, the Ghosts of Christmas Eve, the best of TSO and more. UBS Arena on December 20th. In less than 20 minutes, we're giving away a pair of tickets. Yes, Shelley?
You're going to appreciate, Joel, this text. A long time ago, my son was working on his music merit badge. We took him to see TSO. The merit badge counselor said she wouldn't accept TSO's rock concert. She was given a CD of the Christmas show. The very next day, she signed off on the classical music part of the merit badge and became a huge fan, says John of Greenwood Lake.
Merit badge for the Boy Scouts. So.
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing. I mean, honestly, I've not been a part of anything like TSO when it comes to how many people that we have inspired to play instruments. I think the fact that often we go out into the crowd and hand them guitar picks and I've gotten so many emails about how that's changed kids' lives. And that sounds so cheesy. I'm sorry. But it's true. I get these emails that they say, hey, my son took up guitar because of that or wasn't taking it seriously and now is very inspired. And so, yeah, it's a cool thing. And I think that that's also just having the all ages thing, that TSO has something for all ages is much different than, say, playing with Whitesnake, where we tend to draw people of our own age bracket. Having those kids out there and seeing their faces when you step off the stage with all the lights and the pyro, et cetera, and go down and hand them a guitar pick, it has an impact.
And it's affordable. Now, I told you
Right.
the pre-sale is tomorrow, and there will be specially priced $49 tickets, including fees. Okay, so that includes the fees.
Yeah.
Sometimes, boy, are you in for a big surprise
Oh,
when
yeah.
you get hit with the fees. And that is tomorrow morning. The pre-sale starts at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm actually going to get a ticket for myself and see if I can actually sit in one of the seats and play the show from the seat at that price. I mean, that's pretty darn good.
That is good. Joel Hoekstra is with us. We're going to give away a pair of tickets in less than 20 minutes here at Q104.3. 7:40, and our prize today, tickets to see Trans-Siberian Orchestra, The Ghosts of Christmas Eve, the best of TSO, and more. That'll be UBS Arena on December 20th. Tickets on sale with a special pre-sale tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock at Ticketmaster.com. But then the general public can get the tickets starting Friday. And we have Jay from Brooklyn, Mike from Piscataway, and Zach from Bay Ridge on the line. And we will begin with Jay in Brooklyn. Good morning, Jay. How are you?
Jay?
Good morning, guys. How are you this morning?
I'm doing fine, thank you. When it comes to and by the way, Jay, I'm going to go through this for you now. Mike and Zach, who are on the line, listen, okay, to what I'm asking here so that you know, in case we get to you. Jay, when it comes to guitar wizard Joel Hoekstra, which one of these things is not like the other? Cher, Whitesnake, or the Turtles?
The Turtles.
That's correct, because he played bass with the Turtles and played guitar with Cher and Whitesnake. So you are correct. He played guitar with Turtles too, but he also played bass. He didn't play bass with Whitesnake or Cher, but he played bass with the Turtles. So you're correct. Mike and Zach, thank you for calling. Jay, you're from Brooklyn, so you're real close by UBS Arena. So get ready for the show on December 20th. And Jay, say hi to Joel.
Jay,
Joel,
what's up, brother? How you doing
we saw
today?
I'm doing great. We saw you at the PNC last year,
Yeah.
and when you guys came down off the platforms and were running full tilt back to the stage, playing the solo from Reeling in the Years, my head exploded.
Oh, yeah, that was great
I was
fun.
like,
That was something our music directors put together, and we were so excited. I mean, that was like, what a great idea.
So, Jay, get ready to see Joel and his bandmates on that stage, UBS Arena, on December 20th. And thank you so much for being a part of our morning, okay, Jay?
Thank you so much.
Okay, stay on the line, and we'll set you up with your tickets. There, wasn't that cool?
That was cool. Great to hear from Jay. Jay sounds like a fine gentleman.
And he'll be there.
A big fan.
He'll be there. Maybe you can remember and give him a shout out. So it is, I just want to go through this one more time. The public on sale is Friday, September 15th. But specially priced tickets will be offered with a Thursday pre-sale, starts tomorrow morning at 10. And there's a code Q1043. And Joel, thank you for
Thank
getting
you
up
so
early and
much.
visiting with us.
Are you kidding me? Thank you so much. You guys have just been amazing supporters, and we really appreciate you helping us get the word out. And gosh, I mean, just thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Joel Hoekstra.
New York's classic rock, Q1043.